I'm the founder and CEO of Prosperna, and I just wanted to welcome everybody to our first inaugural AI Impact PH. And at a high level, we've put together this community to bring together AI builders, business leaders, and learners, because AI is moving so fast and there's just so much information out there. And yes, there's a lot of it online, but we think that it's important to really get into the weeds into AI in order to figure out how it can make a positive impact on the Philippines or even beyond. Along with me is Phoebe Fontanilla with Gobi.
So yeah, I'm Phoebe. I'm from Gobi Partners. Gobi Partners, we're a venture capital firm. So we invest directly in Philippine-based companies. We've produced around 10 companies from the Philippines, and close to 25 are already operating here in the country. A lot of our unicorns have also expanded to the Philippines. For those of you not familiar, unicorn is a term we use for startups worth over $1 billion already. So I'm the senior investment manager. I oversee a lot of the investments in the Philippines, value creation initiatives, and I work directly with our own portfolio companies to help them scale in this vastly scaling market that is the Philippines. And part of that conversation here today is discussing the opportunities that AI can bring us.
Joining us also is Arup Maiti. Arup, maybe you can say a little bit about you and Zam and what you're building over there.
Latest game I am in is called Zamun. One thing that has perplexed me over the years is how to profitably deliver a fixed price contract. So Zamun is kind of putting together the best practice that works in software development, design first, agile specifications, test-driven development, all of those in one single framework, end-to-end, from someone giving you a vague and weird requirement, and how do you convert that into something meaningful, and the whole journey. And all of this, the heavy lifting, 90% of the work is done by AI agents. So it's a tool, it's a platform dedicated to fellow sufferers for software companies across agencies, dev shops, and we are building a platform that will allow them to compete and do well and make money.
First, I'd like us to start off and just talk about the concept of how AI is making an impact on the builders. The key phrase that keeps coming up everywhere is agentic this, agentic that. Here's one of the big questions for the builders. Is AI agentic practices, software, and platforms replacing engineers? I see some heads shaking no, some afraid to answer, and I'll be on the yes side as the CEO and founder. But there's a positive silver lining to it, of course, but I'd love to hear, Phoebe, you guys have a lot of tech portfolio companies.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that there's no more engineers being produced in the world, and that there's no demand for software engineers anymore. But the amount of engineers we need is not as big anymore, because our engineers work side by side with AI to produce the code, to do the back end. I mean, like you said, right, there's no public data for a lot of the softwares we need. And more often than not, our own portfolio companies will just build it in-house, even if it's not their main product. And they do need a tech team for that. But the tech team doesn't have to be a 1,000-person tech team every single day anymore. For start, it's expensive to operate a startup. Manpower is one of the highest costs that you have. And as much as you want to be able to produce jobs, that's also the reality of facing. I think the reason why we're also seeing AI somewhat replace that is, at least locally, it's the level of talent needed to build startups. I think that we're still lagging behind in tech talent, STEM education, and that's a reality that the government, a lot of institutions don't want to admit. I think definitely institutions have been making the step forward, but we're not there yet. So in fact, our own portfolio companies are hiring elsewhere rather than hiring from the Philippines. So we invested in startups for the sake of giving jobs to Filipinos, but they don't even hire from the Philippines because the talent is also not there. And why did they equip these type of people? Because these people know how to work alongside AI. I've seen engineers build their own workflows in-house, made it their own personal assistant, do the code with them, reduces a lot of the redundant work. But it doesn't mean we completely scrapped our entire tech team. We still definitely have a CTO, a tech team. It's already been happening in Silicon Valley. That's why the unemployment rate has been increasing for a lot of software engineers already. Software engineer salaries are also quite high, but it's just a matter of quantity relative now with the new tools coming out.
Any ratios come to mind? To build a commercial software, are you seeing portfolio companies, they only need 1/3 of the engineering team, 1/2? Any thoughts on the ratios?
But I had a portfolio company, they were raising a very big growth round for the sake of increasing the tech team. Because they were saying that, all of my other competitors have like 1,000-person tech team. And then a few months in, we gave the fundraising round. They didn't even need the round anymore. So they retained a 200-person team relative to the 1,000 that they originally had wanted. They didn't let anyone go. They just didn't need to hire anymore.
You also brought up another really important point. Where does the Philippines fit in terms of our skills? Every day you hear about upskilling, etc. And I personally go through dozens of resumes every day. Personally, for me, there's some resumes that make it to the top and some that make it to the straight bottom. The ones that make it to the top are the ones that have shown some experience in software development, leveraging, using AI, integrating with different LLMs, etc. Those people, honestly, I've hired them on the spot. Those are the rare birds. On the positive note, I think that's a huge opportunity. People take the initiative. The learners who want to build, who want to make an impact, if they take that initiative because there's so much information available, you'll be separating yourself from others. Because sadly, for some reason, we are lacking behind on our curriculums. And before AI, we were already behind. They were going through digital transformation. Well, digital transformation will be disrupted.
I hear most of the VCs talk about Philippines doesn't have talent. They will say Philippines doesn't have talent, we need to get it from outside, and etc. I beg to disagree to that premise. Why? Philippines is the number 2 in the world in outsourcing IT software related business. We are the number 2 after India. If it's a question of can you find people here who can work in a world-class project, I said yes.
Okay.
And it has been happening over the years. The reality is somewhere in the middle. Number 1, there is enough raw talent, and any company who were ready to invest in training has gained and built great teams. The second is we got a heavy brain drain for the senior ones. My top engineers say in the last 15 to 20 years, they haven't been coding every line of code ever. It was always you search in Google, you find in Stack, and you copy and paste and fix and make it run. That's how software engineering has been happening in the world. So now with LLM, the search has gotten sophisticated, less to fix. If you are forcing your guys to be more, they use the vibe coding, you'll get that quality of code that will fall apart. Going back to the question, do you need engineers? Yes. Just because you start cooking at home doesn't mean restaurants will close. If only skill you have is to write the programming language, you are lost. You have no value. Because the AI can do that better than anyone. But if you are a thinking engineer who brings in more than just coding the thing or copy paste from Google, just making it run, then language has become inconsequential. You can use AI to run and build on any language. A problem that we see is not just the coding. Coding is only a small part of a contract delivery. By the time you sign a contract, you have already lost money because the scope is wrong. How do you avoid that? That's what we are solving. So we are using AI for the whole problem, not a part of it.
We used to have 3 times the number of software engineers at our company. Now it's a scenario where obviously we cannot live without engineers. But what we've done is we've taken our best engineers and made them better. AI is going to eat every module and redesign and recreate the user experience. Part of our system is built with AI, has an AI user experience, and the other part is still in your classic SaaS.
Using AI to build your software doesn't make it AI software. But it kind of keeps getting confused in all our mind, right?
Where are you guys going to get knowledge, to feed your teams with knowledge about critical thinking, how to apply that with solving problems, and how to incorporate AI.
One of the biggest challenge I have connected to this, people have stopped reading because the problem is you can't just get all knowledge from videos. When you read something, there's a different processing that happens with your brain.
You know, I know it's your IT team, but are there specific tools that you guys are using?
Because we're a VC firm, we're not a tech company. And what we normally do is mostly just on workflows, designing workflows. We've been experimenting with different types of workflow applications, and it's case by case per office because even each office has a different preference on what systems to even use on the back end.
So as a business owner, you're faced with the need to get the best talent. The general population, it's going to be difficult. So then you look at the existing workforce, and the key is how do you get them up to speed, productive, and contributing to your organization as fast as possible?
I have an answer to that, proven answer.
I bet you do.
For the last 25 years, what we have been doing is we put out the ad, and on an average for each ad, we get 200 plus applications. So, the good thing is every year, students graduating that can be absorbed in our tech industry is 40,000 plus, and the industry only absorbs 7,000. I mean, most of us will probably need 5, 10, 20. Maybe they're not trained well at the school to the level you expect, but to get them, invest 3 to 6 months on them. If you can choose well, if you have a proper proven system, you can get great talent.
I think what we learned was learning, it's on an individual capacity. We can't force people to upscale, we can't force people to undergo training. Part of it is also an individual standpoint. You have to be willing to learn. And I think what impressed me the most within our cohorts was the people who applied were actually housewives. So they just wanted to get back into the workforce, but they didn't know how to do it because they were out of work for more than 10 years. But hiring rate of our cohort was 70% within 3 months. Because a lot of companies actually sent people to us.
There is.
And I think, learning doesn't stop the moment you graduate college.
For some people it does.
For some people it does, but
Unfortunately.
it should.
It
Like,
should not.
even
The
for
ones that
us.
are valuable should continue
Yes.
learning.
Because even for us, like in the venture capital space, our own partners are aware that the service industry is changing. They just need to know what resources are available to them to move forward. Because policies is one thing, but I think from our own experience,
Yeah,
working with
in our
startups,
countries, you cannot
you
depend
can't
on
rely on
government to make everything
because
happen.
let's be real, administration will do things that gets their name on the picture within right now 3 years until then. You also have to have that independent mindset. Like I have to learn to do things on my own.
The reality is it's quite hard to build AI software startups today, and most of them are actually losing money. In the B2B SaaS space, our space, what was your margin? 70, 80?
Mm-hmm.
The best of the best AI SaaS are actually getting 30, 40, 50. Everyone overestimates what ChatGPT can do.
One of the problems with these LLMs, obviously they're fantastic, changing the world, but they're exactly what it's called. It's a large language model, which is a data dump of everything under the sun in one big pile. It doesn't have context. It's not built into the day-to-day workflow of the end user.
We decided to build a internal image generation where you can picture the product and then it will automatically makes the product like a professional product photography. Also, this picture right here is experimental, but as you can see, you upload the product and then it will provide you a professional product photography. There's an updated version of this, the Nano Banana, and it's really, really good.
Where would you like to start? Based on the training material, a logical first step would be to pick a theme for your store.
Yeah, let's do it. Where should I select the theme?
Okay, great. On the left-hand side of your screen, you should see a menu. Click on Online Store and then Themes. This will take you to the theme selection area where you can customize the default theme or choose a new one. Let me know if you need help finding it.
Yeah, I saw it. I think we can stick with the default theme.
Okay, sticking with the default theme is a good way to start. Now that you've chosen your theme, are you planning to customize it? Or would you like to move on to adding products?
Let's move on to adding products.
Okay, to add products, you'll want to go to the Products section in the left-hand menu. Once you're there, you can click the Add Product button to start entering the details for your first product. Would you like me to walk you through the different fields and options available when adding a product?
So for this one, I have another monitor and another monitor, so I can see onboard me and the training material. And the other one is the Shopify dashboard. I'm doing the training side by side, but then if you only have one monitor, obviously you can just tap, switch the window.
Yeah, so I think I'm in the add product form now. Can you see it?
Okay, yes, I can see the add product form. At the top, you have the title field, where you enter the name of your product. Below that, there's a description box where you can provide details about the product using keywords to help with search engine optimization. Then you can upload media like images or videos. Do you want me to continue explaining each section of the form?
Yeah, there's one thing that I don't understand is this product SKU has this product has a SKU or barcode. What if I don't have a barcode in my product?
I'm trying to pretend that I don't know, so I'm asking you. So I'm testing it how it will respond to me.
That's a great question. If your product doesn't have a SKU or barcode, you can simply leave that field blank. It's not a required field, so you can proceed without entering any information there. Shall we move on to the next section, which is pricing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's set the
In the
price.
price, okay, in the pricing section, you'll find a field labeled price, where you can enter the actual selling price of the product. There's also a compare at price field. This is where you can enter a higher price than the price to show customers that the product is on sale. After this section, there's the inventory section.
The best way to learn complex softwares, like for example, if you have a healthcare software, like the one that we are also testing in, they have a healthcare software for invoicing. Specifically for their software, we're testing on board me that it will guide the nurses or the tech in healthcare to use their software. Because healthcare software is very complicated, that there's so many pages, there's so many buttons, you don't know where to go. We see the value of Onboard Me, and based on what you were seeing here, this is a very early version of Onboard Me. And after Dennis testing it, he provided a ton of feedback. That's all valid. And that's why we decided that his feedback become our product roadmap, because we also get the same feedback as him. But
This is one of the things that I built. There was a business event and I had no business cards, which is a perennial problem of every tech guy. It's actually, you can use it yourself here. You can put your name here and even add QR codes. Either you take a photo and then save it, upload it here, or put the link, it will generate a QR code. And I also, you can just put your title, your name, there's a site you can try it out. This is not powered by AI strictly. It's a very useful tool. It's free. It's not for sale. I don't think I can sell it. Just go there, verticard that or sell that up. Then I'm gonna share the foot traffic analysis product that I built. This was also because of something I wanted to explore, like start a franchise. But I had no time going to each of these places and visiting them and checking out them, counting the foot traffic. So this is just a proxy of that. So what you do is you search here for the location. So for example here, Balita in Tagaytay. Once you click on the marker, it will generate this analysis here. And then it will collect all the data, the points of interest, and so on, and create a sort of measurement here. Here it says it's 78.6. Ideally, for my own measurement, I would like it like 95 plus. Here, based on like the number of shops around and also transport hubs and all of those things. It just computes based on all of that and generates a report that you can download as well. This initially was powered by OpenAI, but again, as was mentioned earlier, it gets costly. I just told it to create a formula. Created a formula so that it can generate it based on just computing those from those points of interest.
We are painting digitally. We have a product, but building is just halfway. You also need to do the marketing. You also need to find the best business partners. So what I created is this app. Our AI app is Discarte AI. So we have here the AI image generator, because all of us, we know Facebook ads is the secret for your business to grow. So once they join in as an affiliate, I will give them the access to this AI support, and they will be able to generate a caption. Like for example, help me to market Prosperna and Amazon. Alright, so here's the caption. If you're selling Prosperna, start your online store in minutes. No tech, stress, no surprises. Prosperna built for Pinoy businesses. Easy setup, local payments, and real support. Accept orders anytime, anywhere. Ready to grow online? Try Prosperna today. When I select Ebenezer Prince Reseller Assistant, and I will ask, how much are A3 frames again? So, from caption maker, the affiliate now turned into Ebenezer Prince Reseller Assistant. A3 frames are 950 pesos reseller price. SRP is 1299. You earn 349 profit per unit if sold at SRP. Bestseller. So, kaya mo yan. So, I mean, you're understanding this. I'm a business owner who cannot talk to 30 affiliates at a time. I mean, all at once, right? So what I did, because I have an affiliates who are in Cebu, who is in abroad, who is in different time zones, I created this so that they can sell the product without even asking me or calling me at the middle of the night. I do not have sales right now. Please, what will I do? And do you want to guess what will happen when I click send? Let's see. Gets ko, malaking challenge yan. Lalo na kapag walang sales. Pero huwag mawalan ng pag-asa. Isa sa mga practical na pwede mong gawin, try mo mag-level up ng marketing efforts mo. For example, post ka na mas engaging content, mga real customer stories or behind the scenes ng product mo. Huwag kalimutang i-highlight ang unique value like quality or story behind Ebenezer Prince. Biblical encouragement ko para sa iyo. Commit to the Lord whatever you do. So this is me talking to them. Commit to the Lord whatever you do and He will establish your plans. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Ibig sabihin, kahit uncertain ngayon, kapag inaabot mo sa Diyos, He will guide you. And it doesn't finish on that. That's just an encouragement. We will finish here. Sige, pray tayo. Lord. Alright? This is the closing remarks. Later on, I will put there. Sige, pray tayo. Close your eyes. Alright? Lord, give strength and direction to this business. Open new doors and give clear strategies to increase sales. Help this servant to trust you even in dry seasons. In Jesus' name, amen. But it doesn't end there. It says, tell me ano usually ginagawa mo kapag low sales. Baka may ma-share ako ng tips dyan. At the end of this, I am confident that once I registered this to our AI support, in just one day, that affiliate can bring 100 sales. And we can do that in any of your business.
It's an AI widget to answer customer inquiries. So we provided 5,000 a month. It's available 24/7. It can answer in any language, English, Tagalog, Cebuano, Bisaya, etc. It can handle unlimited customers. It can handle unlimited threads. And we also train it with guardrails so it doesn't answer negative things and so on. And it's all done for you. So our target are businesses who have no tech knowledge, no AI training. We do the training for the AI and we integrate it for the business.
So, what industries use your AI chat most?
Yeah. So most of our clients are online sellers, Lazada, Shopee, TikTok sellers. Because the challenge with online selling, most of them are selling budol product, but they're selling it in volume, thousands a day of orders. So the challenge there is for to handle customer inquiries, 1,000 customers per day. You either hire so many staff to answer those inquiries, or you use AI to answer those inquiries.
It produces all the pages and you can see the HTML, CSS, JavaScript of this. So if you are a little more technical, you can jump into it and edit it. If you are not technical, you'll go here and you'll type. You'll type whatever you want it to turn into. Now, after this, once you're good with this, you can refine this and then at the next stage, you proceed. And what it does is, it maps out all the processes connecting the pages together. You can also preview this like a prototype. As a startup, you can actually use this for user testing. So you can show it to them, you can get feedback, you can go back and refine it and so forth. And after you have done all of this and you're good with this, you can add some pages to the process flow. Like you use the no code to tinker around whatever AI has generated rather than starting from there. And once you're good with it, you can use this to generate the more engineering stuff. So user stories, test cases, all the details like you see here, including the acceptance criteria and all. You can also be putting in logic and other details here. If you want certain integration, like integrate to Prosperna, so any of those things you can do, you can set it up here. And once you go through each of these user stories, over here, you can see all the processes we talked about. So as you build, this will get checked off. So you can visually also see how it's progressing. So this is the start screen. Once you start the server, this is what you see now. What I want to do is, I want it to, let's say, generate the HTML. So it will pick up the HTML from the design and it will go ahead and build it. Anyway, you'll get the idea. So basically, this is the one process that is now building. So it's going to now create the database table, create the APIs, and hook it up with this one. Anyway, I'll stop now. Dennis has to show you something, but that's the idea.
Fast forward a couple of years after 2020, we're very blessed to have a lot of really committed customers, and we reached up to 6,000 customers on our platform. And then fast forward to this year, we've doubled to over 12,000 customers on the Prosperna platform. While that sounds like a great journey, we're nowhere near our mission. Our mission is to empower 1 million Philippine businesses so that they can have their own online store, accept payments, and manage shipping. We're helping to take businesses to the next level with Prosperna. So what makes Max AI unique is this. We've built it in context for the Philippines region, and we've optimized it for SMEs so that our AI can generate local insights and local results to get them the fastest, quickest, and most affordable results. So to start off with, we've built 5 tools in our platform. See how it works. So inside Prosperna, a customer would go in and upload or add their digital products or their physical products. So they can be selling food, apparel, health and beauty, cosmetics, even digital products, training, online PDFs, Canva templates. And as you can see there, inside it's generate with AI. And then inside the user flow, it's generated 2 product description options. Now we go to the SEO optimization of the product, because each product page must be SEO optimized. By SEO optimizing, your page and your products will be found more. You say, okay, Dennis, that was kind of easy. They say people eat with their eyes. So product photographers are fantastic, but they can also be expensive. You can take any product photo, you can make it look nicer, you can change the background. So let's take a look and see how it works. So you're inside Prosperna, you're in the media center, you've uploaded your product, you've got the magic eraser, just remove the background like that.
Wow.
So you can change the lighting. And just like your Samsung or your iPhone, right? You can do the filters. So edit with AI, we're gonna talk to AI and say, put the cheeseburger on the table of a Cozy Cat Cafe, right? Let's do the work. And as you can see, you can actually manually edit anything if you don't like the outcome. Okay? So all of a sudden, there's your cheeseburger with a bunch of kittens behind it on a table. When we look at onboarding thousands of customers and trying to get to our mission of empowering 1 million businesses, many businesses get stuck at this stage. Writing the content, giving you the content, scheduling the photographer, and all that. And all that does is delay their ability to make money. So let's take this up a notch and let's talk about the AI blog writer. So this is not only SEO optimized, but it does include also product photos and does all the writing and allows you as the editor to modify anything that you'd like it to say. So here we are in Prosperna. You can choose to write a blog manually or do it the easy way using AI. And what we did is instead of a customer trying to figure out what does a content writer do and how to write, we are prompting the user what the input and what they should ask, what they should answer. Who's your target audience? That's Max, by the way. He's working really hard. Who's your target audience? Now we're giving you multiple topics. So we're suggesting the topics, right? Because that's what you want to do. You're not sure yet what to write about. Now we're going to go through the SEO optimization. What are the keywords? What is the benefits of your products? Max is thinking again. You'll select the title. Now it's giving you a draft, a preview of the blog right there. Now you can go through and select your own images or generate images. Also, again, we're giving you option A and option B. And there you've got a blog written with photos and images. And you can schedule to publish it at any time. There's your blog. Let's see what else Max can do. Okay, so we're starting to step it up. So now, we're getting into the really heavy stuff, the real expensive stuff, the website design and the development. We created a AI prompt builder. So there's a big prompt box, and we go through like what a website designer or developer or consultant like Radley would do. Radley's part of our customer success team. Raise your hand, Radley. This is what Radley used to do. What he would do is he would ask them, okay, well, what do you want your hero image to look like? What sections do you want on your website? So let's see it in action. You're inside Prosperna. You're going to go in and create a page, and the AI prompt builder is going through each section and asking you what section do you want to create, what color do you want, what fonts do you like, and you're able to select from a preset of options. And as you can see here on the bottom, it's creating the prompt. So based on all the selections, it's so fast. I didn't even finish my sentence. There's Max. You can talk to Max in natural language, right? And just in everyday speak. And it can build the website pages. And of course, it's built into our page builder. So if you want to make any changes yourself, you can. So now it's Max is saying, okay, do you want a gallery image, of the gallery banner section of your products? Okay, there's your gallery. There, you always want some product reviews. You can add a related products for upselling and cross-selling. There's all your related products. A good SEO landing page will have a frequently asked questions section, right? So you can easily add that. So there's your FAQs. If you notice when you do Google searches, and you notice one of the things it'll have on there is a drop down of a bunch of questions. Guess where those questions come from? They come from well-structured website pages like this. So now a small to medium business owner doesn't need to know anything about what a well-structured FAQ section is. The AI is going to do it for them. All right. Well, that's Max AI. Thank you very much. And